This is My Favorite Mortgage Podcast. I'm Jaimie Booth, a licensed loan officer in Arizona and Texas, and you are listening to My Favorite Mortgage. We are streaming on all major platforms, and you can follow us on our YouTube channel, My Favorite Mortgage with Jaimie Booth. So today we have a very special guest. We've got a licensed realtor, Alicia Sanchez.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. How was your weekend?
It was really good. I went out to Winterhaven, which is popular here in Tucson, and it was pretty neat to see all the houses lit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Winterhaven is a neighborhood in Tucson that goes all out. And I think it's part of the HOA that you've got to decorate.
Yeah, it's required that you have to decorate every single year. And it's pretty neat. Everyone's super creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the Grinch out there. They had Charlie Brown. They had Star Wars, Harry Potter. Yeah, super cool.
Did you visit the wishing tree?
I saw it.
Write your wishes down and you make, and it's
like a little chain link.
Yes.
That they put up on the tree. Yeah.
That's my brother's house.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yeah, my big brother's lived in Winterhaven for his whole life. His parents owned a house there.
Okay.
Because he's my adopted brother. And they do the wishing tree.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, started with his daughter went as a school project when she was in the second grade, third grade, and then has just kept the tradition.
Oh, okay.
And so they get wishes. I was there one year where a young lady the year before had made a wish, to get engaged. Mm-hmm. And the next year, he had popped the question right in front of the wishing tree because she had wished that the year before.
That's so sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the house that has a bunch of penguins? Oh, they have 100 penguins in their yard, and they're all so unique. It seems like it's a family tradition that they make a penguin and they stick in the yard. It was super cute.
Blow up penguins?
It was
or
little
lighted?
Cardboard penguins that they decorate. It was cute.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll have to go. I haven't been in years, so I got to go check it out.
It was my first time being there.
Really?
Since I moved
first
to Tucson.
Time?
Yeah.
How long have you been in Tucson?
About 8-9 years.
Oh, okay.
So
where did you move
I've always
from?
known about it. I moved from East Mesa in Phoenix. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And how long have you been a realtor?
I think it's almost 6 months now.
Oh,
yeah.
Rookie season?
Yeah.
In 2023? Yeah. Whoo-wee, girl. Yeah. You're a brave soul.
I'm loving it, though.
Well, we like to play some games to get to know our guests. Not only that people listening, but people that are just starting the home buying journey and they want to have some chemistry with not only their lender, but also their realtor. So are you up to playing a little game?
Yeah, let's do it.
So this is get to know Alicia, this or that.
Okay.
Okay. Android or iPhone?
iPhone. That was easy.
Call or text?
Text.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, Gen X.
Just tell me what I got to know, and we're good.
Okay. Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles.
Waffles.
Yeah.
I had some stuffed waffles yesterday.
Oh, stuff with what?
It was like the strawberry cream cheese.
Oh.
It was delicious.
That sounds good.
So waffles. Hot coffee or iced coffee?
Hot coffee. Yep. All year long, too.
Cream and sugar?
Yep. Cream and sugar.
Good. Dog or cat?
Dog.
I put that down last night when I was making notes, and she's brought her dog with her.
Yeah.
So Keanu's in the office sniffing around. So definitely dog. Burritos or tacos?
Oh, that's hard. They're both so good, and then it depends on where you get them. I would say a taco.
Tacos.
I'm going to say taco, yeah.
Me too. Last one, VA or conventional?
VA.
Good job.
Yeah.
Me too. Well, I was just thinking, we were talking about tacos and burritos, and this time of year, for those of you who don't live here or know, We have a special season in December when it comes to Mexican food, and we call them the trunk tamales,
Oh.
where you get the best tamales from a guy in a parking lot right out of his trunk. Have you bought any trunk tamales yet?
I have. There's actually on Prince, is it El Dorado? That it's a supermarket, but
Okay.
someone does park out there and they sell tamales every year, and
Yeah.
they're so good.
They
Yeah.
are the best tamales you will ever have. You can't go to a restaurant and have better tamales than trunk tamales. And they're only around Christmas.
Yeah.
So, like, when I go to the grocery store or something and I see them walking around, I'm like, oh, trunk tamales.
You know it's gonna be good.
Oh, God, so good. So good. There's also something else that we don't do here in Arizona that I've been doing some traveling this last few weeks that has been just crazy turmoil, is we don't do daylight savings. And we're I think there's maybe one other state that doesn't do it. And I was flying to California, and we had our flight going to California was delayed. So the airline said, you're going to miss your connecting flight. We have to rebook people. So there was this huge line to go and rebook because people were missing their connecting flights. Well, I wasn't flying too far from where my final destination was, so I'm like, I'm just going to rent a car. Forget it. I'm not going to do that last leg. I can't rebook it because it was the next day.
Yeah.
I was just going to rent a car. So we get into everyone just boards. That's it. I'm going to miss my connecting flight. And the airplane was half empty. The pilot gets on. For anyone who was on that flight, I'm so sorry that you didn't know. But the pilot gets on and says, I apologize. I forgot about daylight savings.
Oh my goodness.
You're not going to miss your connecting flight. And they had rebooked 50 people.
Yeah.
And he just like forgot. So, yeah, that's always
It catches
crazy.
everyone off guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have like calendar invites, and we're like, okay, for this half of the year, I'm at 9:00, and then the other half of the year, I'm at 8. But I still want my appointment at 9, so everyone else has to adjust to us.
Yeah.
Because we don't do that.
Right.
And
I noticed that with a few of my meetings. I was like, oh, I need to be on a call right now.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until an hour later.
Right.
So.
And my car, because daylight savings is more common than not, so my car changes where people are like, oh, my phone and everything didn't change, my microwave. And I'm like, yeah, mine changes for the worst because now I got to go back and reset.
Yeah.
Because my car thinks we do daylight savings. Yeah. The crazy things in Arizona.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again so much for coming on.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I know we're neighbors. We just got a few buildings.
I didn't realize how close you were.
Yeah. And we've had some of your teammates on the podcast as well. And we do like to talk about, mortgages and transactions. So, Alicia, tell me about a memorable transaction for you that could have gone haywire and you guys had a successful closing, or the other end. It just goes haywire and doesn't close.
Yeah. So I would say one that I would like to talk about, we had a couple. They're a little bit older. They've always wanted to own their own home. They just didn't feel like it was possible. The reason why they wanted to get into a new home was they wanted that dream life of having their own space, and they wanted to adopt a bunch of other dogs to give them homes. So our goal was to get them into a home that had the big yard to support that dream of theirs. And during the process, we had a little bit of some bumps in the road. We were working with a lender with Veterans United. We had a little bump in the road, something that was missed up front. But we were able to get it resolved last minute, and we were able to get them into their new home. And they were super thankful for that.
So when they're looking to do that many dogs to like help out, could they be in a neighborhood with an HOA?
They could. we would have to dig into that HOA specifically.
Limit.
Just to make sure there's no limits on anything. In this particular neighborhood, they didn't have an HOA, so they didn't have to worry about that.
Good.
And they were able to, in the HOA, sometimes you're not able to make changes or adjustments in the yard. So with them not having the HOA, they were able to really do what they wanted to do.
Good.
Yeah.
And so they're going to like help rescue dogs or?
Yeah, they're adopting. Usually the little, mixed breeds that no one wants to pick up. So they got a good heart.
That's really sweet. Well, congratulations. I hope the obstacles weren't too hard.
No, we got through it. At the end of the day, they got into their new home.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how long ago was that?
This was probably a couple months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have they had a housewarming party yet?
Not yet. They're still transitioning. They were in a house with their friend, so they have some flexibility to move
Slowly.
as slow as they want to.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, sometimes people are in a living situation that gives them that freedom where they're not being, hey, your lease expires or the house is being sold. You have 25 days to get out.
Yeah, they have more flexibility.
That's a very successful closing, especially that they found what they wanted. Any crazy transactions that you want to talk about?
I think something that we can talk about, especially in the market that we're in, is having a client that may have, this is her first home and her expectations of what it needs to be is very high, but she also wants to get a very good deal. So that can be a little difficult because, in the market that we're in, we've seen that housing prices are increasing, the interest rates. Well, now we've got some relief there.
We got a little bit of relief.
In the past 3 weeks, we got some relief. But when you're a first-time buyer and you're looking for a home, you have to understand that not every home's going to be perfect. There's going to be little things that you have to fix and kind of accommodate to. You have to really dig into what's important to you now and in your lifestyle and in your budget to find a house that fits, you now, and then down the line you can grow into something else.
Absolutely.
So I think the struggle that we're having with this particular client is they're wanting the bougie, they want everything perfect, the new builds, but their budget's very low, and that makes it very hard.
Gotcha.
And we've noticed that, we were looking for 5 months now, and the prices of homes back when we first started to what we're looking at now. For example, if we look at a new construction that we were looking at, it's already gone up like $15,000.
Yeah.
So you can see that time is of the essence. Home prices are just continuously increasing.
Right.
So you have to, when you're getting into a new home, you have to identify what is your budget, what is the location you want to be in, and what is, the quality of the home that you want to be in to make a smart financial decision at that time.
Needs and wants.
Yes, needs versus wants.
Yes.
And you have to make sacrifices sometimes.
Yeah. And if you're not willing to and your expectations are really not reality, it's a tough conversation to have with a buyer who they're first of all excited.
Right.
This is their first home. And we know, because we're experts and this is all we do, is statistically this is not their forever home.
Right.
Very rarely do you buy your first home and that's it.
Right.
You're going to be in there for, less than 8 years. And so you need to look at the resale part of it. Look 5 years in the future. I'm buying this home now. 5 years from now, what could I do with this home? Turn it into a rental, sell it, get into that bigger home. Maybe you've gotten, promoted or you've, increased your own personal wealth to where that home, that bougie home that you want is probably 5 years out.
Right.
So look at what can I do and what do I need now? You need a roof, you need a bathroom, you need a bedroom, you need a kitchen, right? Anything additional, if your budget doesn't allow, that's your 5.
Right.
And it's a tough conversation to have, and it's a tough, I don't want to say sale, like it's a tough sell. It's tough to get someone to see that far in the future.
Right.
You're buying a house in this neighborhood And in this school district, it's not perfect. It's not everything you want, but it will be.
Right. And something else to consider is you have to decide what location, what area of town that you want to be in.
Yes.
And the pricing on houses on the north side versus the east side versus the south side are all very different.
Right.
So you have to decide on the location, understand what housing prices are going to be in that area, and the quality of the home as well.
Right. Because let's face it, home prices are not coming down.
No.
No. Just like anything else, over time, prices just increase. They don't come back down. We may see a little lull, in these little waves, but there's no crash coming.
Right.
It's not inevitable. I see so many videos about, waiting and the crash, and it's like, I've been preaching don't wait for years, and each time, people are waiting, and it's just tougher.
Right.
I talked to you last year. Well, it didn't get better. In fact, it got worse. It got worse. Interest rates went up. Home prices went up.
And if you look at, someone that bought a house 2-3 years ago, they have built up equity now.
Yep.
When we see a drop in interest rates, they'll be able to refinance. So they're in a better position now than if they were to wait.
Yeah, exactly. And, someone had asked me, like, when's the perfect time? There is no perfect time. You can't time this.
Right.
If you can afford it, get in. That's it. So the perfect time is whatever is perfect for you.
Right.
If you can make the payment, then get in. Because the longer you're in, the better you are.
Yes,
So,
I agree.
Yeah. Well, I hope she finds the home that she is perfect for her.
Yes.
And, that 5-year lookout is a great way to just say, hey, can I rent this in 5 years? Can I sell this in 5 years? You can always sell. So I hope this hunt doesn't last too long, because 5 months is a long time.
It is, yes. And we're looking in the Phoenix area. So prices are higher than Tucson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. What is a bold prediction from you for 2024?
I think that a lot of people who are waiting on the sidelines right now, once they see more of a dip in interest rates, everyone's going to jump into the market. Everyone's going to be searching. And we're going to see people who bought houses like in 2020, 2021 want to sell now because interest rates are going down.
Right.
And it's just going to be a lot more competition.
Yeah.
And when there's more competition, the prices of the houses go up.
Go up.
Yeah.
Supply and demand.
Exactly.
It's very simple, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I express almost verbatim that prediction as well, because, I hear like Jerome Powell, and they're going to cut interest rates. But keep in mind, guys, that is not mortgage interest rates. That is the Fed interest rates. That's your variables, your credit cards, your car loans, things like that. So mortgage rates they kind of mirror the Fed rate, but it's a totally different system. We're working on the bond market. So there's no exact date where these interest rates are coming down. Like, people can predict the Fed meeting is here, they're expected to cut rates.
Right.
It's not how mortgage works. I wake up one day and I'm like, ooh, we're having a great day. Let's lock today. And then tomorrow I wake up and I'm like, oh my God. That's how fast it changes in mortgage rates.
I mean, it would be nice to have a magic ball,
right?
Just to know what happens.
Yeah,
but
exactly. I'm just gonna buy one, just pretend.
That'd be nice.
Okay, before we wrap up, we do like to do some dad jokes.
Okay.
And I found these 3 guys, and they're all duck hunters. So they're in camouflage, and they will do these dad jokes, but they're whispering.
Oh,
because they don't want to scare the ducks. So I stole them from you guys. No credit here, but okay. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom? Because the P is silent. And again, these are duck hunters. What time did the duck wake up? At the quack of dawn.
Okay.
These are so bad. Joe, you sent me some good ones, right? These are so bad. Let me see what Joe sent. Hang on, he got one. Okay, Christmas. Okay, Christmas is right around the corner, so this is more. What do the elves use to keep Santa's sleigh clean?
What do they use?
Sanitizer. Sanitizer?
It's like sanitizer.
Sanitizer? Oh my God, I
Sanitizer.
messed that one up. Sanitizer. I messed that one up, Joe. Sorry. It's a good one. Oh my gosh. Last one. Okay. Why did the duck get a second job?
Why?
Because he had too many bills.
What's a bill?
Oh,
On
the
a
duck's,
duck?
yeah, the duck's
Oh, was it
bill.
his mouth?
Yeah, it's called a bill.
I didn't know that.
Any last word of advice for any buyers or sellers out there looking to work with you or to buy in the Tucson and Phoenix area?
The best thing to do is to connect with a professional that is working in the market that you want to be in and put together a plan to get you into the new home.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll write out that whole journey so you know
Absolutely.
exactly where you're at. So where can people find you so that you can help them through this journey?
I am a part of the Tom J. Krieger team at Keller Williams in Southern Arizona.
Okay.
All my contact is listed below.
Okay. Perfect. And Keanu, thank you so much for joining. Bye.